I shouldn't say damn fool, I should say totally ridiculous. So,
Madam Speaker, the opposition takes no issue with what the minister has announced. We would urge the government to deal with the anomalies that exist for civil servants who have been granted increases and where there are discrepancies in their salaries, to urgently address those anomalies so that everyone can benefit from the new compensation package. But we take no issue.
So, Madam Speaker, I will take the member's contribution as a statement of support for these reforms by the opposition, which I am grateful for. With respect to the point on addressing anomalies, Madam Speaker, this House and the country at large can rest assured that the Ministry of Finance and Public Service and the Transformation Implementation Unit are working overtime to address any anomalies that arise. For 80% or more of persons, I would say, a higher number, maybe even 90%, things are working. There are no doubt anomalies that we have to address, and we give our commitment to do so.
I would ask one question. In relation to retired parliamentarians who are pensioners, is there any indexation between their pension and these new salary levels?
Madam Speaker, the question was asked about former members of the House and whether they are indexed or will benefit from these changes. But, Madam Speaker, members of the political directorate would not have been alone in that experience. That would have been the common experience of members of the public service. As such, we could not adjust levels for retired members of Parliament, i.e. those who retired prior to April 1st, 2022. Remember, these salaries are effective April 1st, 2022 and April 1st, 2023. For those who retired prior to April 1st, 2022, we could no more adjust their levels of financial flows than we could for members of the public service who retired first to April 1st, 2022. It's a reality, Madam Speaker, that breaks my heart. Breaks my heart, and I'm sure it does for everyone here. But those are our realities. We have to be principled, and our principles have to apply equally. And it would not be financially affordable to adjust for all retired members of the public service in the same way, Madam Speaker. Therefore, we can't for members of the House.
House passes bill on pension for retired prime ministers. The House of Representatives yesterday, November 29, 2005, gave the nod to a bill amending the Pensions, Prime Minister Act, to provide enhanced pension benefits to retired prime ministers and their surviving spouses or children. Finance and Planning Minister, Dr. Omar Davies, who piloted the bill, said it was unfortunate that the bill, which has been long in gestation, was just being brought to Parliament. He noted, however, that the delay in bringing the bill to the House was related to the reluctance of the former prime ministers to pilot the amendments which might have been seen as being beneficial to them. What we are seeking to do with this amendment is to ratify what we have been doing over the last 13 years in terms of payments, and I think they are just payments, the finance minister said, noting that the bill provided for former prime ministers and their widows the same treatment which is accorded to former governors general. The amendment allows for the pension of a retired prime minister to be the annual salary being accorded to the office of prime minister, or 2/3 of the annual salary applied to the office of prime minister, if the individual is no longer the prime minister but has not retired from office as a legislator. The bill also allows for the payment of specific allowances to a retired prime minister. Dr. Davies emphasized that the matter wasn't one to elicit controversy, as the position of prime minister deserves to be treated with no less respect and recognition than that of the governor general.